you need like one more?
That's good. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for coming and for inviting me. I am Italian from Naples. I am sorry I don't speak English fluently. I'm going to read my presentation. Presently work as a pediatrician and psychotherapist, but with the passing of time, I have become a photographer. My hobby is now pediatrics, and my job has become photography. My photographic tales are combined with the writings. They are two languages that meld together. For this reason, I call my reportage and my self-portraits folk tales. My goal is rooted in my personal emotions. I began 10 years ago when I took my camera, which I left 15 years before after the adoption of my daughter, Vanya. My father was fond of photography. My friend and I used to print in darkroom. My grandfather was a photojournalist for the National Italian Aviation, and actually this was the beginning of my passion for photography. My photography is the image of one idea told in one shot. My interest in telling through photography started in Africa, where I worked as a pediatrician in small villages for several months. My photos witness not only the misery of those people, but also their strength. My psychotherapeutic path developed a philosophical and anthropological interest in me that pushed me to travel and portrait photos combined with tales. These tales are a result of several photographical projects. My research area is focused on portraying story about old ethnic groups, endangered animals, thousand-year-old traditions, nomadism, integration, migrants, old religions, story from the edge of the world. Some of these photos have been published on the web gallery of National Geographic. After this difficult but wonderful experience, I changed my direction, my photography, and I decided to focus on myself rather than on the outside world. This close emotional experience has been more complex than unexpected. Many parts of me emerged unknown and hidden at the time. After working and collecting photos for 3 years, the project I am about to introduce to you, I called the Living Fabric. I have started to explore myself, my lens shooting self-portraits. A project on that I have been working for 2 years, which speaks about a full fusion of my body with the vital fabric formed by the warp and the weft that imprisoned me. Thus, I am hardly detached as a figure emerging from the background. I shoot with a Canon 5D Mark III digital reflex camera, and I enjoyed to trying diverse techniques such as pinhole, autofocus, and blurry to incorporate image and weft of the same photo. The result has been amazing for me. My previous aesthetic, the perfection that I looked for in every image out of me, has been broken. What has taken its place are photos that reflect a fragility and an interior imperfection. The mirror is an important element in my photos that empowers my search for myself and speak about my interior journey, my missed frustrated attempts at self-recognition and self-identification. The locations in the photos are the houses that I lived in previously. These places represent me and are the place of my soul. I take advantage of the strength of photography to talk about my fragility, my desire to disappear, or my uncertainty of my existence. In my self-portrait, my face is rarely shown, but my body transmits my emotions. Unpredictability was the most significant part of my project. use my writing and my photography to create a single narration and explore zones unknown to me. For my photography, Tales of Self-Portraits, I have self-produced my first book, Dammi, Memory of Me. The book is designed to give a shape to its content. From the editing to graphics, the selection of the size and the paper, everything has been made by me in economy. Now I am looking for an editor and publisher. I am going to project for you 3 images of my book, where you can see my graphic and the layout choice. Witness, this is an intimate diary. In the book, you are allowed to enter only pages are not only lived through, but opened to reveal what lies beneath the folded sheet. After several months, I self-produced my second book, Dammi, whose title is The Living Fabric. When I take this picture, they are the wind. I am very lucky. Because I won't take with my hand. With my hand in the photo I don't like. I make in the floor, I open the window, I ride the wind, I take a picture. Yes. After several months, I self-produced my second book. After my experience of self-production, my 2 books, I realized that photography is a handmade work that takes shape through a project and not only linked to a well-lit and well-composed image. In fact, it's more a self-made personal and artistic path. Is the project or the photo the first to be a reason? Is the project or the photo the first to be a reason? This is the question I have often asked to my masters. The answer gets through the experience. There is an interest and an intentionality in what we choose to shoot, and from this the project takes its shape. When you create, you identify with your creation. There is not fragmentation in between. The artistic expression in photography, just like in painting or sculpture, recalls symbolic and metaphoric levels on our expertise. Talent does exist, and photography is a continuous and mad work. This is what 3 great New Yorkese masters in photography taught me: Robert Herman, Richard Tushman, and Sylvia Placky. I thank them to have transmitted me emotion and motivation in photography. A special thanks to Lavon to have offered me all this and given me tonight great opportunity. I want to thank Chiara Reale, my curator, for her continuous support, her enthusiasm, and faith she always shows for my projects. Thanks, all of you.
Questions? Wait, let's go back.
The question. Any question?
I did want to say that the lighting is beautiful, and many of the photographs are very emotional, and I did appreciate that. I had one question.
Yeah.
Photograph with the red shoes in the front. Where were you? Because I couldn't find you in the photograph.
You can find me in the photograph?
I could not find you in the photograph.
You can?
We could not.
I could
Just
not.
the one with the shoes. Was that your house, your present home?
The red shoes?
Yeah, the red shoes.
And the mirror or not?
Wasn't the was looking outside.
You can translate for me.
He said he couldn't find you in the photo, the one with the red shoes.